arc reactor Iron Man.
That doesn't look like a Jericho missile.
That's because it's a miniaturized arc reactor. I got a big one powering my factory at home.
But what could it generate?
If my math is right, and it always is, 3 gigajoules per second.
3 gigajoules per second. Joule per second is a watt. So 100-watt light bulb you have at home is 100 joules per second. So 3 gigajoules per second is 3 billion joules per second. 3 billion watts, roughly 3 really big power plants powering cities of 500,000 people. That'd be a lot of energy to stick into your chest. So I think it's unlikely, that about as likely as having a Norse god with a hammer that can help you fly.
I have a feeling that for the miniature reactor Iron Man build, I don't think it can be, okay, yes, maybe it can produce some energy, but in order to convert the energy to the actual power we can use, that's a long way. So yeah, good luck to him.
You have a lot of energy, and I think that, again, you're going to have a hard time with keeping, especially something that hot, from causing damage to your body. This is a little, fusion reactor, basically. Then there's, again, a great shortage of shielding material around that device. Maybe the most incredible reaction here is he made that very fast. That is not common in fusion.
What is that?
That's palladium, 0.15 grams. You need at least 1.6, so why don't you go break down the other 11?
Interesting. So he's trying to use palladium in the fusion reactor. But palladium is actually cannot be used as a fuel in a fusion reactor because it's a relatively heavy element, and in order to perform fusion we need these very lighter elements because they will have less protons that can, the repulsive forces between the protons should be lower in order, if we want to fuse 2 different nuclei with each other.
There's probably some palladium in electronics that go along with detectors and measurement systems, maybe even in some of these fancy superconducting materials, but it is I would call it an ancillary material to the actual confinement and reaction in magnetic confinement.
Palladium can be used, or is at least being studied to be used as sort of, use as a membrane for hydrogen isotope separation. So there's like the tiniest little tidbit of truth of that. Palladium can be used in some fusion systems.
Palladium is an interesting material that has been discussed in cold fusion, which was debunked about 30 years ago, and the use of palladium for actually producing fusion of any amount. It's maybe nice sounding words in a universe that has an element called vibranium, but not very realistic in terms of actually producing fusion.